Fifers arriving. Welcome to the Fifers. I'm Rocky the Mexican already. That's Gilly, and that's Little Tate. And we are the Fifers DD991 podcast. In today's episode 42, which is Cinco de Mayo 2025. And to start it off, we're going to talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. And who would like to go?
Here's one that's going to probably piss off some liberals. You know, let's say white people can't fucking celebrate it, right? Here's one from your president, you dumb fucking liberals. Happy Cinco de Mayo Day, bitches.
Hey, man, taco salads are fucking awesome. That's that Gringo fucking meal, man.
I know.
I used to make a ton of them at the truck stop when I was growing up, man. Like
That's
that.
some ground beef in there or what?
Yeah, ground beef, lettuce, fucking a little bit of taco seasoning, tomatoes, and cheese.
Yep. And all you can do smoked chicken with it too. I mean, anything. It's a bowl. You can put anything in that motherfucker.
It was a truck stop, Gilly. We were not making smoked chicken in Indiana.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you this, boys. If I was the president, and knowing who my wife is, and the amazing tacos she can make, I would have a world summit with all the world leaders where my wife made the tacos, and then feed them to everyone. You know, based on religion or Hindu, you can't eat beef or whatever. I'll give them some chicken.
Yeah, chicken. Everybody can eat chicken. Chicken is like that universal animal, man. I haven't known anybody that was allergic to chicken. Anybody?
Nope. But of people that's from India, right? You got to give them horse tacos, not beef. Horse tacos.
Or you could give them emu or ostrich. I don't know.
That's right. Right.
Yeah. But I would do that because it's like what I've found out doing the taco business is that almost everybody loves tacos.
Yep.
They love some kind of taco, no matter if it's beef, chicken, fish, pork. I really can't.
Or peak.
Or pork or
Shut the fuck up.
Or whatever. Oh yes, the pink taco. We won't talk about the pink one today. Sorry,
Could
you're
pink
not getting that
be
attention.
considered shrimp tacos since they turn pink?
Shrimp tacos are all right. You know, we made shrimp tacos one time, and then I'm going to talk to Heidi about crab tacos. We could call them the Krabby Patty taco, but you know, and I talk like Mr. Krabs while I serve it to you.
Well, and I've only been used to the shrimp one as the Diablo one. You know, the however it's named, Shrimp La Diablo. Mm-hmm. That's the only one I seen when I was in California. Was the only time I seen shrimp in a taco. Was a spicy one.
My wife made some shrimp tacos, and we used our chili lime marinade, and they were actually pretty good. But it's it's kind of like something that you can't have around for a long time. So it's like if we make something like that, it's a little batch of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'd have to 86 as soon as it's gone.
Yeah, it's not like the birria, it's not like the ground beef, and it's not like the chicken. Dude, it's so funny when I get people to order chicken. I say, "You want some chicken? You want some chicken?" And they
but you got to throw a little twang in there too. You got to throw a little twang in there when you say
chicken, right? So, like, I love doing that because it makes them smile. Like, I like to make people laugh and smile and all that, you know. So I have a lot of fun doing it. And like, I'll be like, "You want some beef?"
And you should. I mean, you shouldn't be doing a job that ain't making yourself laugh or anybody else around you.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday I talked like Yoda. I said, "Welcome to Taco That Is Craft." Yes. Would you like some tacos? Yes. But I kept on doing it so much that my throat started to itch back here because it's like you do that voice from somewhere else. And so I started coughing. But there were people coming up and I was like, "May the fourth be with you. What would you like to order?" And they just started cracking up. It was great.
Too bad you didn't have fucking a lightsaber too.
Dude,
with you.
I need to get one. And I like my favorite color is the blue one.
Yep.
But I'd rather have the black one. You know what the black one is, right?
Yeah, the black saber, the dark saber.
Yeah, that one's but it really looks like a samurai sword. It did in the Clone Wars, at least.
Oh, I got a fucking reel for that one since it didn't show up till the day, right? We're going to show it today. It's
Okay.
your birth month, right? All right.
Oh dear Lord.
January little cat.
Me and Rocky, we're the polar bear.
Polar bears. Yeah.
How does April get a turtle?
I don't know.
That's kind of cool. A bat.
Little taste of
That's backwards, man. Like I should be the sea turtle since it's ocean.
Yep.
Kara,
November.
my wife is a gorilla, according to this shit. That's pretty funny though.
Oh.
But that shit didn't show up on Reels until today. I'm like, that would have been perfect for yesterday.
Yeah. It's because everybody's taking their time putting it out the day after. Like I told you, I seen that article. You kind of got a free Grogu Lego, and it comes out today on the news. And you're like,
dude. So yesterday, I'm wearing the "Fox I Not Give" with Yoda on it, the grunt style.
Yep.
And I'm walking in and out because I got to go to the bathroom, right? And these people are like, "Dude, I love your shirt." I'm like, "Thank you very much."
Yep.
Very much, thank you. Or
it'd have been even better if you had like the brown Jedi robe.
Dude,
exactly.
Dude, it was hot yesterday.
And have the fucking Yoda ears. Come on now. I mean, God,
what? I'm gonna have to do what Mel Blanc did in fucking no, it's not Mel Blanc, Mel Brooks.
Yep.
Fucking Spaceballs. I gotta find that shit, and I'll do that next time. Like, I'll wear the Yoda ears.
Fucking gold.
Here's another that piss people off right here. Cinco Deporte.
It wouldn't be a big deal if you came here legally.
Exactly.
I mean, that's all. I mean, I understand like people are trying to escape bad circumstances in other places, but just do it the right way.
Yeah.
Why is that so hard?
I know that
they want free money.
Legal migrants, people that have legally done it are very upset because they're getting piled in, with everybody else, bad white people, bad black people, bad, everybody's getting lumped into these things. I went off on it yesterday because people are pissed about that fucking MS-13 guy going to El Salvador. And it's like, well, he's already fucking illegal. So he's already broke the fucking law.
Law. Yeah.
In accordance with the Constitution and federal law. And people don't realize that federal law does trump fucking state law. Yeah. You got your own states, but that's why they put the federal government together. The Articles of Confederacy, because each state was tariffing each other.
Because the states gave up their own power. They gave it up.
Yeah. So the federal government came in and they built the Constitution to put everybody together. And I know that for a fact because I used to know a guy that used to travel to Mexico on his, he'd do produce deliveries to California and take stuff from California, and he'd swing down into Mexico and pick up pills, prescriptions. And Texas law says you can have like 500, right? You can come across the border with. Federal law says you can only have 300. Guess what? The federal law is going to arrest you because you have over the amount of federal, even though you're in the state of Texas. So
because Border Patrol, when you make that crossing, that's federal employee right there.
That's why.
Here's one.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that's why all these federal judges are starting to expose themselves and by trying to file these injunctions on the deportation. You just see it all over the place. And it's like, ding, 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 ding.
Rocky, have you ever been like this, right? Let's see here. Where's it at? Oh.
No! What? Yeah! Don't touch my truck! I touched his truck.
I saw that, dude. I saw that a few years ago on a Red Pill channel.
Have you ever been like that when someone tries to touch your food truck, right?
Not really. The biggest thing I get is like little kids try to hang on the fucking thing.
The table where you put
like where like I tell people don't lean on it. It's not the strongest thing.
Yep.
So all you need to do is fall into your truck and try to sue your ass.
Exactly.
Did you see the skit of the chick that was mad that she's selling burritos because it's a white guy out of the truck?
Oh yeah, it's a Korean fucking making them.
It's Korean making them, and the dude's like, "Guess you can't figure out what to do now, can you?"
Yep. I was trying to find it. I was trying to find that one earlier so we can play it. I couldn't find it. It'll probably show up later on.
Let me see it because I've watched it a couple times. So let me see.
Hey, Rocky. This is something you need to try at the fucking gym one day, right? To somebody that's real fucking dedicated, right? Or just always there, right?
Good girl. Throw those balls for daddy.
No, Daddy, no!
You know what I do? If that ever comes up upon, yeah, I'm probably going to get mad, but I'll get them when they least expect it.
No, I'm saying you should do that to somebody else that you know.
Oh no, like the people I talk to some of the people in the gym I go to, I avoid the women because of Me Too and all that other stuff. I don't even I pretend like they don't even exist.
Grab your brother.
But and you know what the great thing is when I go to work out, there's barely anyone in there.
Yep.
So
that's the best time to go.
I don't deal with women. I don't deal with other people. I get my workout done, and then I'm gone. Right. Yep. So when people act like that, they're asking for trouble. Because you know what's most important to men is respect.
Yep.
You disrespect a man, and if he's like me, you disrespect me, you're dead to me.
Yep.
So it's like you could have I could have a family member that's disrespected me and talk shit about me or whatever like that. Well, I guess they're cut off from me, right? So if something happens to them in their life and they're miserable, I've become indifferent. So indifference is I don't fucking care.
Now, what's everybody cooking today for Cinco de Mayo?
I'm making birria right now. My wife we had to cook 200 pounds of birria because we got on Wednesday we're going to the marina. So we're gonna make fish tacos. I really want you to try the fish tacos, bro, when you come out here. All you guys, I want you to try it. We're making fish tacos, of course, the birria, the ground beef, and chicken. The beef and the chicken.
As long as you don't fry the fish in beef tallow, I'm good. I'm good on that. Oh, damn. Oh, here's one. This is why men or women live longer than men. Now, would you try that?
No.
What? Why not?
That's fucking stupid.
Shit. I'd fucking try it. Hell yeah. Like you didn't do stupid shit when you was growing up. Oh. So did you have so out there on the bars they do the Cinco de Mayo on the weekends, don't they?
Yeah, I mean everybody was having fun. Like I wore this shirt on Saturday, no Sunday, no Saturday. They had like a Cinco de Mayo thing at the place we were, and then because it was May 4th, I wore the Star Wars shirt that day, right? And then I'm wearing this today on Cinco de Mayo, but I have the other two that I know of. It's the Never Better one, and the Muy Caliente, which I really like those shirts. But it's weird because like the grunt style stuff, it's right here right, and then there's stuff on the back.
Yeah, see, I like this one the best right here. I got the same one you got, so I like that.
I mean, it's really cool. I'm wearing a sombrero.
I forgot to order mine. I forgot to order some bitch. Son of a bitch. I knew I forgot something.
Dude, I just bought all the Navy shirts that are left from Grunt Style. So I bought Salty, uh, Ghost Pirate, Ship Happens, and then Established 1775. And there's another one. They got like this one. It's like navy blue, and it's got like rebellion becomes a thing when tyranny happens. I'm gonna buy that one later.
All
But I
right.
think I'm gonna buy this one. I'm gonna buy this one. And I think I'm gonna wear this on 4th of July, and it says Patriot. On the back it says zero fucks given. So
All right, we got some comments, people. Your wife goes, nice background picture. I know she's talking to you
oh
about
yeah,
that one.
I know.
Then you got Grahava, right?
Oh
Fucking
God.
Grahava's like, Gilly likes Matthias. Yeah, I was like, nah. That's what he said. That motherfucker nutty.
He always talked weird, crazy.
Yeah, motherfucker nutty.
Who?
Grahava.
Grahava.
Oh, fucking Jose.
Yeah.
Dude, he used to make me laugh so much, though. You know what I mean?
Wasn't Grahava GSE?
He was a
No,
GSM.
GSM.
He was just
Was he in him?
Yeah, he was GSM.
Here you go. I found the taco truck skit, the short version. Hold on.
Mhm.
Don't you see how this could be offensive to a real, authentic Mexican?
Hey, can I just say that I'm Mexican and this doesn't bother me at all? Because these tacos are great.
Okay, sir, I appreciate your feelings on this, but I should be a mouthpiece for an entire cuisine. Okay, as long as a white man's doing the cooking, I won't be eating.
Oh, I'm good. Vierno's good.
Yeah, no. Okay, wow. Here, let me guess. You got some poor Mexican dude out there slaving away for
Pause it real quick.
You can have tacos.
You notice it's a white woman complaining?
Yes, that's
Yep.
what makes it funny.
Because it's like, this is real. It's like they cannot have anything good. They want everyone to be fucking miserable.
All right, I'm gonna finish it up because it's got the best ending because a dude has to.
Exactly.
This is great. I love this part.
Vierno doesn't speak English. What did you do? You down here? That's right. You actually don't know what to be offended by right now, do you? This is it's like watching a computer glitch.
On it.
And it's true, man. You look at all
Yes.
that shit, and that's how it goes down. And the Mexican guy, like, you know, they're talking, he isn't offended. And remember, you've seen that guy go out to different communities wearing, you know, the cultural fucking garb, you know, their clothing. And he goes to them like, is this offensive to you? And they're like, no, we're actually happy that you're respecting it and wearing it and not, you know. And then you have some white liberal woman like, oh my God, that's cultural appropriation.
Yeah, I know. It's sad because it's like when you wear that stuff, it's kind of like, it really is a way of respecting and honoring their culture.
Yep.
Like even the sombrero, right? My favorite sombrero is from the Three Amigos.
We were just talking about that too before you got on.
But you know, I love this thing. And like my dad had a sombrero, right? And when he passed away, I think he gave it to like my sister. But man, I wanted that fucking thing. But you know, my dad's Mexican, and like there's a picture of him that I have, and he's got like a gun. He's got his 38 in the air. He's got the knife on his side. I didn't know this. Like my dad and me are so similar. Like I always carry a gun and a fucking knife. Usually it's a K-bar. And I don't carry the gun like that. But you know, he has the sunglasses on. It's like me. And I'm like, I didn't fucking know this shit. I didn't see this picture till after he passed away.
Was it something like this, Rocky? Oh, Gringo Bandito?
No, my dad's Mexican.
Yeah.
Well, I
He's
know what
Mexican.
you're saying with a hat and a gun and like sunglasses.
Yeah. Like, I mean, he had like, this was like 1984, 1985, or 86. So, you know, the fucking stupid glasses that women and men are wearing now?
Yep.
Same stupid shit that I made fun of back then. They're wearing it now because they're fucking dorks.
Everything's come back in style, seems
I know,
like.
it's retarded too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the 80s and 90s. Like you have only, and there's like, have you heard the stories about that? Like the reason why it's recycling is because we're recycling, reality itself. Like
What,
it
Mandela
stopped in
effect?
2012. Yeah. Like
The
everything
Mandela-
stopped in 2012 and everything's resetting. The new one I seen the other night, man, was like we're starting in a black hole, like we're being sucked into a black hole,
Dude,
and
I
don't
heard
even
that.
realize it. I was like, "Ooh, this is good. I gotta listen to this."
Have you guys ever heard of a guy named Rob Skiba?
No,
Rob Skiba. He's a biblical guy, right? He died in 2021 of COVID, along with another guy named Russ Distar. And Rob Skiba was like the guy that brought flat Earth into the world again, right? Which everyone freaks out about. We're not going to talk about that. But he also talks about Nephilim and giants and 2012 and everything. And he said the blood moon and everything that was supposed to be in 2012 actually happened in 2010, where the moon turned upside down.
yeah,
So like the moon looked like a certain way in the early 2000s and before that, but then like around 2010, December 12th or 21st or whatever, it turned.
that was where they said that the calendar was off by a few years.
Yeah. So like him and Russ Dizdar was like this guy that did he did research. He would do exorcisms, what the Catholics would call exorcisms, the rest of the church would call deliverance, right? And he was the guy that broke open like the super soldier thing. Like Bucky Barnes. Like I read his book, right? His book came out in 2009. I read it in 2015, 2015. 2016, Captain America Civil War comes out. The beginning of the movie, what happens? They're activating the fucking Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, with pro words, right? Like homecoming, bus, steak dinner, or whatever, right? He activates and becomes the Winter Soldier and goes and kills people. That's real.
Yeah, well, they went back to MK Ultra and Sirhan.
Yeah.
They found out that they were talking about activating people through certain words.
Yeah.
Well, they did the same thing in the new Captain America movie too, with the president, which is the old general. So
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
I did. They do the same thing with him.
Yeah, so like these guys both died within a week of each other in 2021. So there was a conspiracy that they got murdered by the government because of this. Because one of them was talking about giants, Nephilim, Bigfoot, all that shit. The other one was talking about demon possession and the programming to make super soldiers and the chosen ones that wear black. Like if you watch Fringe, the soldiers wear black and blue and gray, like Olivia fucking Dunham in the show. And so it's weird because that shit keeps on coming fucking around.
Oh, well, go ahead, Gilly. I was gonna say you got something to say.
I was reading the comments. He goes, his knife and shoes, I call him rocking down those knees.
She said that? Oh my God.
That's why I kept laughing. I was like, oh shit.
Dude, my wife is the most awesome chick in the world. I will say that. Like, dude, I love this woman.
Now you gotta do that.
What? You know what I gotta get now? I gotta get a crocodile Dundee hat and talk like an Australian. Good day.
Oh yeah.
I'll wear what I'm gonna do, because Wolverine is Hugh Jackman and he's fucking Australian. I'll wear those too, from down under.
That's not a knife. These are knives.
That's not a knife. This is fucking 6 knives, mate.
Oh shit.
But man,
If you're talking about that, then this is really gonna blow your socks off for everybody. That I got one for you. That a whistleblower just came out, former housing official, no less. She exposed the bunkers that were being built between 98 and 2016. They spent $21 trillion. And this is her, exposing out with Tucker Carlson. And
that has biblical proportions.
And if you go down right here, so unauthorized spending. Remember how they were finding, Doge was finding unauthorized spending, and you had September 11th go down. They lost trillions of dollars in the Pentagon, financial stuff. Look at the dates, 98 to 2015 is when all this was going down. There's 170 of them. right here, and under the ocean. And you've heard about them working undersea areas in California with underground labs and shit. So I just thought it was funny that it ties in that we're talking about that, and there's a story that comes out about it.
And especially around Catalina Island too.
Yeah,
because
Catalina, that's what it is.
There's a lot of fucking people think it's an alien base. It's us going down there.
Yeah. Yep. And then if you remember playing Fallout, that showed you the tunnel systems.
Yes.
They're building tunnel systems too.
Yep.
And you know who's a big proponent of living underground?
Reptiles.
Elon Musk.
Oh, Elon, yeah.
Elon's done a lot of talking about living underground.
You know that the Bible refers to that, right?
Which part? I don't remember.
There's verses in the Bible where it talks about when rocks are coming down from the earth or whatever, from outer space or the dome or whatever, and all the people are going to be hiding underground in underground facilities like deep underground military bases or underground cities, but they're all going to curse God at the same time and give him the finger.
Yeah.
And these are the same idiots. They're going to take the mark. So
the same ones that got mad about Trump posting a picture as the Pope, all the atheists are fucking upset that he did that. And it's like, do you even know what the fuck you're talking about? Like, he's like the greatest troll ever. Like, you know, somebody's got to be behind these trolls, man. And it's fucking, you know, when you make a liberal cry, you know, like it's nonstop, dude. They don't know which direction to go.
Yeah. And I need that coolie cup for my beer that says liberal tears.
I just seen a tin cup, you know, like a coffee mug cup that I'm gonna have to order. It says Trump 2024, make liberals cry again. Oh. But you know, that's kind of a misnomer to call them liberals because they're not real liberals.
No, they're fucking left-wing fucking nutcases. What they are.
Yeah, they're like left-wing. Almost, they are the fascists because they want more bureaucracy and less freedom. You know, they want the freedom to kill babies and stuff.
And the true liberals get a bad rap. The true ones do.
Yeah, and I agree with true liberals on the fact of like businesses and land and government out of my pocket and stuff like that, because you can reserve the right to not serve someone. It's my establishment. I don't have to serve you. And if I don't like Mexican people, since we're on Cinco de Mayo, I don't have to serve Mexican people. And there shouldn't be any laws that say, you know, ACLU shouldn't come in and say discrimination. No, it's my private business, you know, and that's the way fucking they are.
Just like they did with that baker, Colorado, when they didn't want to make a fucking cake for the fucking gay wedding.
Yeah.
You know?
Shit, man, it's the Hateful Eight, man. When Samuel L. Jackson's talking about that sign, said no dogs, no Mexicans. You know what happened? Started letting dogs in. But, you know, it's very similar to that. Yeah, Minnie's Haberdashery. You know, and that was a black family that owned that haberdashery. So, you know, where does anybody get these ideas from? Because they're out there in the movies, and you know that's what the liberals are. It's like if I buy land, I own the land as far as it goes down. I don't own like 6 feet down, and then the government owns under that. No, I sell the mineral rights if you want to use them, like they do in Landman. You know, with Billy Bob Thornton.
Yep. Great show. Great fucking show.
It's really good. But you know what I mean? That's the real liberals. You know, they're almost the hippie guy, you know, hippies. You know, that's what they used to call them. And it was like, you know, leave me the fuck alone. You know, if I run a business, I do what I want. And if you want to fucking get out of my pocket, call it a day.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, I pay my state taxes so the state can take care of what needs to be taken care of, like, you know, water and everything else, power that needs to fucking go. And you don't want to end up like Spain and them in Portugal, Iberia, and fucking losing power.
I wonder if Spain, you brought Spain up, right? I wonder if Spain fucking celebrates Cinco de Mayo.
No,
the French,
they're Spanish.
I wonder if the French do too, since they got their ass beat at that one fucking battle while we celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
I wonder if the French do that. I mean,
we celebrate Cinco de Mayo the same way we celebrate St. Patty's Day. It's a fucking excuse to get fucking hammered.
I know.
And sell
I wonder if France does. I wonder if France does it because Napoleon got his ass whooped.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the true day. People are saying like Mexican Independence Day. That's not. It's on a different day.
That's in September. What that is.
Yeah.
They're just celebrating one fucking bout. You know.
What's the Day of the Dead? What's the date on that, Rock? You remember?
October 31st. It's the Dia de los Muertos. It's the same as Halloween.
Yeah. Okay. That's
So
we need to do one on that one. We need to do a show on that one.
So from what I know,
Yeah.
it's highly occultic. You know what the occult is, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like the same thing that the Celtics would do almost, where they would, well, fuck, dude. If we want to go deep into this, I'll tell you what I fucking know. So no, October 31st, right? That was actually like the New Year's Eve in some of the cultures, right? And what they would do is they and pour people's guts out on the ground and try to read what the future is, just like palm reading or like tea leaves. And you would wear a mask or whatever like that, because that was the day when the veil was lifted and all the spirits would come and you would offer them food. So it's like an offering. It's an offering to a pagan god, just like in the Bible, right?
Mhm.
But I think that somewhere along the line, we misinterpreted or did not understand that the same shit that the pagans did, the guys that did not worship Yahweh in the Bible, they did the same thing every day, every year, no matter what culture it was, because you had the gods that all were in agreement to rebel against the Most High God. And that's why these things still exist today. I can't prove it, but that's just my theory, because seeing like Dia de los Muertos and all that other stuff, right? Because my wife likes the sugar skulls and everything. I mean, we have it on the back of the shirt, but when you
Mhm.
realize like what it really means, it's almost like it's really creepy. It's very artistically cool.
Oh yeah.
But on another sense, if you're looking at everything from another point of view, it's not that great.
Oh,
But you know, the Dia,
oh,
Dia de los Muertos is the Day of the Dead. So that's like there was a movie. What was that movie that came out where there was a kid that played a guitar and he died or something like that, and he went to the realm of the dead where they played the guitar and they wore sombreros and it was like the Mexican culture. I forget what it was called.
that wasn't fucking
It was a
God damn it.
Oh, it's
cartoon.
called
I
it's
think
called
it was a
Coco.
cartoon.
Coco was the name of it.
Something like that. Like I never saw it, right? Because I don't think I had enough time to do it because I was in the Navy doing other
Yep. High goes
stuff,
Coco.
right?
High goes Coco. Matt, you're right. Little tape. Ding ding ding.
Enough time to watch Deadpool in 2016 though. So
Oh,
like, a lot of the cultures that you guys think are all different, they're different and operate, but there's a lot of similarities when it comes to the spirit stuff, the spirituality. Like you celebrate dead in the Celtic religion, right? The Gauls, the Celtics. The Celtics actually come from the Chaldeans in Babylon. There's a connection there linguistically. And then you have the Dia de los Muertos, where you celebrate the dead there, right? Even in the fucking Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice, when he goes to Mexico to save that thing, all those people are dressed like Dia de los Muertos in the movie. Remember
yep.
that? And they're all putting their hands on Superman, Clark Kent, because he saved somebody or something like that from a fire or something. Like
Yep.
it's always in front of your face. But if you don't know what you're looking at and you don't know how to look at it, right, you're never going to pick it up.
Yeah, and
And I
they,
think
they, they pull
I think
out
that
loved ones, relatives out of their coffins, and they dust them off and they dress them up and they hang out and party with each other.
they do that. I think they do that in India.
They do it in India too.
They
And
do
that, is
that.
that the in
They do that.
India? Is that something they do with the red? They put paint you, throw the red paint on you. Is that what that is?
I don't know, but there's another culture, and it's either Asian or Middle Eastern or Indian. I kind of want to say it's like Indus. They kind of do the same thing. I mean, there's like in Russia, there's a guy, I forget if it was Stalin or Lenin, They embalmed him, and this guy has not decomposed in hundreds of years now.
It's Lenin.
Lenin, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Lenin's in
Like-
Moscow Square, in Red Squared. So
Yeah. So like this stuff is all in front of our faces, but it's just these people have been separated for hundreds of years or thousands of years, but they almost do the same exact thing, but a little different variation. And the only thing that I can pinpoint on that is they have a spirit that runs that country that's doing that. And because that spirit is in league with another spirit, even though they may be fighting for power because they all fight each other, they're doing the same thing in a different way, but it's all against one entity that they're trying to hurt. That's going to eventually grab them by the neck and throw them down to hell. So, I mean, it's crazy and it's weird when I talk about it like that, but that's really what it is. Like, it's straight out of the comic books, but it's real. And yeah, I'm crazy. Sorry, guys.
Hey,
Loco in la
Since yesterday you was working, for
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo,
Mhm.
did y'all have like any kind of specials or anything for that day?
No.
Or just went with the
We had the potatoes yesterday.
Now that taco that Heidi remade, right?
Oh, the original? The original?
Yeah, the original.
What
Have
she
y'all
did-
named it yet?
Dude, I ate one yesterday. I ate a couple of them yesterday. Dude,
But
she
have you-
makes
have
the
you-
most amazing food.
But have you named it yet? Have you named it yet?
I'm trying. I thought about calling it Local Boy, but I'm also thinking of something. I want to come up with a name that honors Heidi.
Yeah.
So when I was dating Heidi back in the day, I told her, because I kind of had a feeling she was going to be my wife, and she ended up becoming my wife. I told her when I make Chief, I want to get a muscle car, and I wanted to get like a '69 Rally Sport Camaro with hideaway lights and racing stripes, right? For the thing that goes right across the hood. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh
With the big wheels in back, smaller ones in front. Oh man, beautiful. And I said I would call that car the Heidster.
Yep.
But maybe if she agrees with this, I'll call it the Heidster tacos.
Yep. Yeah.
Honor her because
Or
this
Yeah.
is what she made.
Oh, I think we're gonna lose Rocky.
Home, right? She would make this stuff at home while Mom, these tacos are like the best food truck.
Yeah.
And so he convinced her and put the idea in her head. It was Inception, right? Inception kind of shit. And so she did that and she started making like tacos in a tent. And she served them for free on Halloween. Oh no, man. Internet's going bad. Anyways, people started paying for the tacos.
Yeah.
She would say, "Hey, I'm open," or whatever. I wouldn't know because I was underway or something like that.
Yep.
And people would come pay for the tacos, and she would make enough money in 2 hours that would have been what she made in a week at work.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She's like, "Well, this is kind of lucrative." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, she likes making the tacos. She loves tacos. She's really good at it. And what she made it's called a molita. So it's a corn tortilla with the meat, cheese, veggies, and all that stuff. And she puts salsa in it and all that stuff. But in between the two tortillas, she puts a layer of cheese.
Geez, yeah.
So it's not like the regular quesadilla taco, right?
Yep.
It has cheese in it with the meat. And my goodness, man, she makes red salsa and avocado salsa, and both of them got a little bit of kick, but the taste together with the meat, whether it's chicken, ground beef, or the birria beef, is amazing. And I know this because I tried all three yesterday. Between Saturday and Sunday, I tried the birria, chicken, and the ground beef yesterday, and my goodness, man, it was amazing.
See, I want to try the avocado salsa, right? I've never been a fan of avocado, right? Never have been. Like if you put it plain on a taco, right, the slices, I don't like that. Never have. But I've never tried avocado salsa.
Well, when you guys come down, man, we'll make some salsa for you. Of course, it's going to be her, man, and you're going to be like, man, this girl's amazing. I'm not being a wimp or anything. I'm like, look, Her work speaks for herself.
Oh
Her
yeah.
work ethic.
I mean, every time I see the pictures of your all's food, man, I'm like, damn, that fucking looks good. God damn.
Dude, it's the craziest thing. Like, it's photogenic. Like, our food is photogenic. I'm like, I told Heidi, I
Yeah.
was like, babe, our food looks good in pictures. And she's not adjusting the light or anything like
Yeah.
that, putting it through a filter or anything like
Yep.
that, from what I know, right? It's
Yep.
just straight up, this is the natural light, this is what the
Yeah.
food looks like, and this is the angle I'm taking the picture at.
Yep.
And it looks great.
Oh yeah.
Like, our food, just by its photogenic value, speaks for itself.
Yep.
And it's all her artistic.
Yeah.
It's really, a lot of it is her and her ability and her talent.
Yep.
Like, I mean, dude, like I said, if I was fucking president and she was the first lady, I'd have her make tacos. And I would talk about, let's start fucking getting along and not fight each other, and let's do business with each other and help every country grow wealthy and its people within the country.
Yep.
You know, that would be the right way to do things, right? But I don't think anybody thinks that way.
No, it will never happen first of all, because there's so much money to be made in wars and conflicts.
I know. And that's the
And
problem.
that's
It's
yes.
like, every motherfucker that dies that's rich, do you take that money with you?
Nope.
No. So you're going to let your relative have it, which is fine. But then you create this selfish, fucking self-centered bullshit
Yep.
fucking attitude where you think you're better than another human being, which
Yep.
you're really not.
Yeah.
Because you're going to sit there one day and you're going to be judged too. So it's crazy because people forget about that crap.
Yep. Oh, Don's got, he said, Don, go say hello to my little friend. I have that shirt too.
We love that shirt. It's a great shirt.
So hey, at least we're not the only ones that bought this shirt. So
Dude, I'm getting all, they have another one, dude. It's called a bold old ass man or something like that. And it's like old ass man, but it's like bold, badass motherfucking man or something like that from Grunt Style. I'm getting that shit too. And I told my son, because he made a deal with me, I said, you're going to get me the Dillagaff shirt. I told my son, do I look like I give a fuck shirt? So
damn it, River.
Yeah, you definitely can't take it when you're dead. Unlike Gods of Egypt, remember that movie? And she's going through like, you know, the end times when she's on the underworld and like she doesn't have anything to give as far as gold or anything else. I wonder if that derives some of the wealth side. You know what I mean? Like keeping on to it.
dude, there's got to be a connection between the gods of Egypt and the Sumerian Anunnaki. There's a connection there, right?
Yeah, there's got to be. I mean, there's
But
many instances they look the same. The carvings. Yeah.
did you ever or read Cowboys and Aliens or Cowboys versus Aliens?
Yeah, the one with Daniel Craig in it and Harrison Ford.
Yeah, the comic book. I got the comic book.
I haven't seen the comic. I watched the movie.
The comic book. John Favreau based the aliens on the Anunnaki who were looking for gold to fix their atmosphere on their planet.
Yeah, that's been a big one, you know, as far as like why they were taking gold. There's been a lot of them. If you watch the Y-Files, he does a pretty good job at following, you know, those, and Zachariah Sitchin and his, you know, people said he mistranslated it, da 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 da, and blah blah blah.
I think a lot of people are right that he mistranslated stuff, because there was another guy, and he was a dude that debated a guy named Wes Huff. And Wes Huff is like a linguistics guy.
Yeah.
And this guy kind of like became a big important guy because Michael Heiser had passed away in 2023. And Michael Heiser was the guy that blew open like the unseen realm and the gods and the Tower of Babel and all of that other stuff, right? Well, this guy kind of took over, and he talks about like nobody knows how to read Sumerian. So if you're interpreting it, how the fuck are you interpreting it?
Yeah. Like
Where's
it
the
took the
lexicon?
Rosetta Stone to get the Egyptian hieroglyphs together.
Because Sumerian, I don't think Sumerian was part of it, right? It was Greek, Latin, and Hebrew. if I'm not wrong. And I think that Hebrew is similar to Phoenician, like the guys that lived on the coast and all of that stuff. So when they found that Rosetta Stone in like 1798 or 1898, I forget what year it was something 98. There is a connection there because they were able to bring alive the dead languages because of being able to interpret that stuff through, I would call, cryptography. And just like the Chinese language of the ancient times, they drew their letters and they also had like a illustration about it. Like Shang Yi, I think his name is Shang Yi. That's the Most High God, the God in heaven. So like even they know about it. And this is before the flood or right after the flood. But I'll be back in a second, boys. I got to do something real quick.
All right. Yeah, dog goes, did you get it at Bucky's? Like, no, the Grunt Style website. I guess you can buy it at Bucky's now. Shit.
I'm trying to set up a return, man. I got some sunshades for the car last night for old Babe, and then they don't fit right in certain areas. And I think there's a difference between the Outback and the Wilderness editions, like inside interior for the windows, because the back triangle windows didn't fit, and then the front passenger driver side were too fucking short. So you had like this huge open gap, no matter how you put it in. And it's like they're supposed to be privacy ones, so it blocks everything out and shit. And they don't fucking fit. They cost me $60. So it's like, send it back to China.
Yep.
You got to look at that shit again. I think China, if you're going to get Chinese goods after the tariffs, I think shit's going to be fucked up. Honestly.
Oh, yeah. But a lot of things too, we can make all that shit here too.
Oh yeah. 100%, man. Problem is that we destroyed all of our, interior manufacturing.
Yeah.
See all the cities around the US that shut down.
Yeah. Well, it's like Nike. Nike has never made their shoes here, right? Once they got big, been making them overseas forever.
Yep.
Because they didn't want to fucking pay for the American manufacturing. They want that slave fucking labor that they have overseas. Now that was River that called. He wanted me to take his PlayStation over to his mom's. I'm like, no, you got the Xbox over there. You're not taking the PlayStation too.
Yeah.
Because all he wants to do is play Fortnite. I'm like, no, you got Fortnite on the Xbox. You can play that.
Yeah. Well, that'll give me my money back to buy Doom the Dark Ages. I can go fight demons all day.
Yep.
Since it comes out on the 15th. Yeah, I was pretty hot last night when I fucking tried to fit everything in there. I was like, man, it says 2021 to present Outback. And I guess I should have looked for like Wilderness, but I don't think anybody thought that the additions would be different on the interior or for windows because the front and back fit just fine and the back windows fit fine. But for some reason, those back triangles and the fucking front door ones don't work. So I'm like, well, that's 4 fucking shades that don't work. So I'm sending it back.
Well, that's any fucking car or vehicle. You gotta be whether it's Ford, Chevy, or what.
Well, yeah, this specifically called out fucking Outback, Subaru Outback and shit. And I like the way that the silver was set up because then you can flip it over to the black side during the winter.
Yep.
Keep the car warm so you don't have to run the motherfucker.
Yep.
Try to idle it, for me going fishing and stuff. I wanted something to be able to put up if I wanted to hang out there and not go anywhere.
Yep.
So the cops pull up and say, hey, can't sleep here. You can't park here.
And that's the funny thing is there's a lot of places you can't even sleep in your car.
No.
At all.
No, I had a really good buddy that had that happen. He used to drink a lot. So he would, find a spot like in the parking lot and fucking sleep, from the bar. He wouldn't drive anywhere. But his car was idling because it was winter out here, and this was years ago.
Yep.
And the cops pulled up and they busted him for DUI because his car was running.
Yep. As long as the keys are in ignition, doesn't have to be running. As long as the keys are in ignition, any state will bust you for that.
And I wonder if push button start is too, because your keys are on you with your key fob. You have
I wondered, yeah. I mean, but that might be because now you might get busted if the car is running then.
Yeah, I think anytime, and it was just like,
Yeah.
you know, he had just gotten capped too, and he was celebrating because he was able to actually get second class again, and then fucking DUI within a week, and it's like, well, and they did Open's captain's mass on him.
Yeah.
They made an example out of him, and he was a great fucking worker. He was an older guy, you know, worked his ass off.
Yep.
You know, we got along great together, and okay.
You know, and that sucks that he got needed on the eye when he was trying to do the right thing, not drive.
Yeah. I mean, he just wanted to fucking stay warm. I mean, it was fucking like 20 degrees outside with snow on the ground, man. So,
I mean, see, the thing is, he should have been able to get, if he had a good lawyer, he should have been able to get out of that.
the first one he did, this one he couldn't.
Yes, no.
Because it made it a repeat habitual case. Because the first one he got busted down drinking and driving, because he was driving, you know, and he probably should have stopped drinking, but, you know.
But the thing is, he was driving on the first one, okay. But the second one, he wasn't even driving. That's the fucked up thing.
Yeah, I don't like that idea, man. Like, fucking, you know, my wife got hit by a drunk driver when she was pregnant with fucking our first kid at a stoplight.
Yeah.
You know, it totaled the car.
Yep.
And we could have went after compensation, but she didn't know how to do any of that because we were underway.
Yeah.
So she was like, that was when I was still on the Fife when that happened. So it was when we were in Port Hueneme one of those times. And I was like, well, we need to get a lawyer so we can sue this guy. Yeah. And we didn't never do it, but you know, we got lucky. She got lucky as fuck.
Oh, hell yeah.
But the guy hit her in a Durango, and you remember how big the Durangos were when they first came out.
Yep.
And hit her Mustang fucking at a stoplight. So
yep.
I think he was doing like 20 miles an hour, 25. Just didn't even fucking stop. Just fucking move. But you know, like now you're chastising and arresting these people that are trying to fucking just sleep, not be on the fucking road. They're in a parking lot. Yeah, they could take off at any time. That's when you fucking bust them.
Yeah, not when they're sleeping in the car. I mean,
you know, it's like keeping your ammo set from, you know, apart from your gun type shit, you know.
Oh, that's the stupidest shit. I hate that bullshit.
What's going on? What's going on?
We were talking about people getting busted sleeping somewhere. I had to return some sunshades, you know, just in case I wanted to hang out somewhere like fishing and didn't feel like driving, you know. And we're talking about a guy that I knew got busted for a second DUI because he was parked in a parking lot after he'd been drinking and his car was running because it was wintertime. So they busted him and then they took him to captain's mass right after he made a cap to second class. So, you know, people are trying to do the right thing and then you fucking arrest them because they don't want to drive.
There's a saying called no good deed goes unpunished.
Yep.
And so, as you see, society, if you guys are watching this shit, I don't care if I fucking offend you. If you keep on punishing people for doing the right thing for their fellow man or woman, don't expect them to fucking do that no more.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing like that white lady that
brought it on your fucking selves.
Talking, you know, to the kid, you know, that there's a lot of articles now that are coming out that white guilt is pretty much going away because, you know,
You know, and the only ones that had white guilt was those fucking Democrats. They're the only ones that had the white guilt.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, because the black Republicans are getting pulled in there too, you know, like Officer Tatum and the Hodge twins and like all of those guys they're talking out against the communities like we are. Yeah. You know, the white fucking liberal women, fat, unfuckable bitches.
The blue hair, pink haired women.
Why? You know why? Because they earned the right to fucking vote without really earning the right to fucking vote. I would say there's no equality until you fucking have to get drafted.
Man, you talked about this last night too.
You have to sign.
Goddamn Rocky's internet connection is fucking toast.
And go get drafted and go fucking die. Can you hear this at all? Can you hear it at all?
It's like the old kung fu movies.
Yeah, it is, man. He's got his one finger out and it's like stopped. And then I had to catch up every time.
What I'm saying is, it's like, look, if you want true equality, then stop talking shit and sign up for the fucking selective service and get fucking drafted and go to the front lines, fucking meet the requirements for physical training and physical ability, and then you can talk shit. Until then, shut the fuck up.
Well, that doesn't work on the front line because white knight syndrome, man. As soon as one chick gets popped in the head and it pops like a watermelon, everybody stops. Oh, yeah. Rocky, you need to like re-download or restart.
You know what you do to get rid of that? Have them watch all the fucking red pill channels.
I think a lot of those guys are red pill channel.
He's gone now.
Yeah, it was getting pretty bad for him.
I mean, it was like the fucking kung fu movies, man. He'll be back. He'll be back.
Anything dubbed, dude, is that way. It's funny to watch. That's why I put subtitles on.
Told you he'd be back. Told you.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you're still choppy as fuck, man.
That sucks.
I wish I would have screenshotted that. Face
what I was saying is, like, you know, for all those people that fucking complain, put your fucking skin and life on the fucking line.
Yeah, and that doesn't count for just the liberal women, but the soy boys too. Like, go sign up for the service. Go put your life on the line. And that's the way it used to be. It was like people landowners that own land and military, the same way like South Korea does. It's mandatory. Israel does it too. That's how you become a citizen, like it was in Starship Troopers. Like, that made a lot of sense in that movie. You know, you could still live good and not be a citizen. You didn't vote. Like his parents, Johnny's parents were rich, but they weren't citizens. They didn't change anything. They just changed their vote.
Yeah.
And speaking of liberal women, right? This is I didn't know if this will come up or not, but this is the type of woman that says, nose-pierced liberal says she doesn't want to see Trump supporters posting pictures of themselves drinking margaritas on Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, yeah.
This message is for the Trump supporters. I better not see one of y'all motherfuckers posted on Facebook or Instagram drinking margaritas on Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to help her out since I'm not drinking margaritas, but I am drinking Modelo, which is from Mexico, bitch.
You know what I tell her? Go to fucking hell.
Yep.
Shut up.
Right.
You're not that fucking special or important. You have a pierced nose. You look like you're fucking cattle. If you don't like what I'm saying, fucking unfuck yourself and fix yourself, you fucking dumb fuck. Here's the knife hand, bitch. I'm so sick of that crap.
He brought out the knife hand.
The old knife hand.
Shipmate.
No, they're shipwrecks.
I know, but like Bittner. Shipmate.
Man, he would call you shipwreck too, man. I
know.
When I got to the East Coast and I called somebody that, they got so fucking butthurt because they knew what it was. It was one of the old school guys. Yeah. He's like, "Don't you ever call me a shipwreck?" And I'm like, "Dude, we made it as a joke on the West Coast. Like, stop being so fucking sensitive, man."
Yeah,
that was another thing. West Coast, man. You could joke around with each other, and every once in a while somebody get butthurt, but
the West Coast Navy was better than the East Coast. I got to
say.
Yeah,
it still is.
I've been a part of both, and you know what? My favorite was still the 7th Fleet.
Oh hell yeah,
West Coast.
Oh hell yeah,
it's the 7th Fleet. You know,
yeah.
It's a whole thing in of itself.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And I've been sea and shore duty on the West Coast, and they're two totally different worlds.
Yeah.
I told you that story. Remember that, Gilly? Like the admiral that showed up on San Diego on 32nd Street, and nobody understood the flags, like the star and stuff, and they weren't saluting him. So he got so butthurt, he like pretty much shut down the base. And he was from fucking DC, and he was like, "Oh, you guys fucking don't know your shit. Hands in your pocket, like all that shit." You
know what I always wanted to ask those fucking dumbasses? If you don't want our hands in our pockets, why the fuck did you put them there?
That's what I used to say. I used to get in all kinds of trouble.
Like seriously, pockets or for keeping your hands warm, you dumb fuckers.
I got in trouble for that in Chicago. Well, I went back to Cisco. It was winter time there.
I think
I was walking. I had my hands in my pockets, right? Had the officer stop me. It was just a lonely instant. Get your hands out of your pocket. I said, it's fucking cold. Fuck you. But I didn't get the mask or anything, but I got a ride up for it. I didn't care. Fuck it.
Yeah, because the goddamn leather gloves that you're issued part of your uniform pack made your hands colder.
Yes, exactly.
The way they were set up, man, was worse.
Now, the best thing we had to keep warm, I thought, was the pea jacket.
Yeah.
That so bitch was warm.
No, I mean, the pea jacket was solid. I mean, it was solid wool, too. It worked.
Yeah. Now, I didn't like the watch caps because the way you had to wear them, fucking ears get cold.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, you had to fold them up to where it was just sitting on the fucking top.
Yeah. I'm like, that defeats the purpose of keeping your head fucking warm, your ears warm.
Yeah.
They're like, well, you can just buy those things, ear warmers. Yeah, I gotta spend more fucking money on that shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm wearing a fucking sock cap, like,
yeah,
and then fold it.
For.
No, get those little thin ass fucking sleeping masks out to put over your ears and shit.
Yeah. And that still don't keep your ears fucking warm.
No.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, I need to check on something.
Can't buy it right now. It'll be this week. What are do you wear a shirt? What? Oh.
Oh, you ain't running.
What's going on?
Oh, you can hear Gilly in the background.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I piss people off, but I really don't care.
No, because why people get upset is when they hear the facts, or a different point of view that may be harsher than what they think is supposed to be.
Well, I had a talk with a family member last night where I had to express to this person. I said, you cannot trust your emotions, and that even goes for me. You cannot trust your emotions. You cannot be loyal to your emotions. You have to go back to, is it right? Is it wrong? Is it logical or is it not logical? And it sounds robotic and it sounds whatever, but it's human. It's human. It's human. You have to, you can't just trust what you feel at the moment. You have to look at the whole situation and figure out if it's good or bad. And you have to go doing the right thing. What's up, dude?
What's up?
Oh,
zooming
in. Sorry, guys. I had been running my ass off all fucking day.
Don't worry about it, man.
No biggie, bro.
We just started without you.
Yep.
No, but I mean, you're right. Like, critical thinking has gone out the window and it's become more emotional. It's like, you got to separate those things because you can still critically think and have emotion because that's what you're playing into your critical emotion, like in your critical thinking when you're making certain decisions, you know what I mean? But there are some decisions that don't have emotion in them. They're just flat out fucking, a fact, and you move on.
A great example that I would use for that is like, we had to fight World War II and beat the Nazis, right? Do you think the guys that were storming the beaches in Normandy were really happy about having bullets come at them? Or do you think that the ones that survived And everyone there just had the mindset, I may die, but I have to do what I got to do because we got to win this war because we have to keep the world free.
You seen that old guy, man, that was they were talking to him and he was taking that picture from that Japanese like captive. You know, the captain was like, take him out back, and he's like, give me that picture. And he's like, no, I'm not giving you that picture. Thinking it was a family photo. So he ends up just shooting him, like, no big deal. And he talks about the story, like, you know, like, yep, I shot him. I had to do it. Then I took his photo. They show a picture of the photo, and it was the Japanese beheading Chinese. Was the photo.
The Sino-Japanese War from the early 1900s, right?
Yeah.
Dude, they've been enemies for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is crazy, but I mean, if you look at who the Sinites are in the Bible, you know who they are, right? The Sinites are the Sino, who are the Chinese. That's linguistics. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
When Rocky gets back, I'm going to see if he remembers what the day is besides Cinco de Mayo. Remember what Joel said yesterday?
No.
That I forgot about?
Oh, yeah. That's right. I don't remember because I wasn't there.
Yeah, you weren't there. I'm going to see if Rocky remembers. I didn't even remember that. You know?
Right.
I'm still here. I'm washing up rinsing out my cast irons real quick because I got to make dinner.
You go back tacos?
No, steaks.
Hey, steak tacos. There you go.
Yeah.
Just steaks. I'm not doing tacos today.
I'm heating up the fish that I made the other night, man.
Yeah. I still got tacos I made with the crimpets. Yeah, I showed you a little thing with that small taco one. I still got them. I have posted on the crimpet Facebook page, and everyone's like, how did you get that crimpet to come out? I said, you got to stuff those motherfuckers really good.
Yeah.
You know, to get to come out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and it tells you on the instructions, but you got to use it. Like me, I still got to fucking get down and do it because I got a ton of tortillas. So, I think.
Hey, Rocky.
Yeah.
Besides Cinco de Mayo, what other day is this anniversary?
Is it May Day?
Navy. Thank Navy. Thank Navy.
May Day.
Think of the 5.
Think of the 5.
It's
think of Everett. Think of Everett.
Yeah.
Did we pull into fucking Everett on May 5th? 1990.
From Japan, yes.
Right?
Yes. And we also had that fucking hub leak too, remember?
The what?
It's the hub leak, oil leak into the water. Remember? I forgot all about that yesterday until fucking Joel said something about it.
Yeah, dude. I wish I could have been online to talk to him.
Well, he'll be on again. So.
Oh yeah, man. It was a great conversation. We had a great time.
But I didn't know if you remember that or not. I forgot all about that.
That part is a blur because the biggest thing I remember about that time is that my dad was with me on the Tiger Cruise.
Yep.
That's when I wrestled Boswell and beat him, and I had 2 black eyes and all that other stuff.
Yep.
So, like, bitch.
Yep. But that's actually an anniversary for the 5 going from Yokosuka to Everett.
Because we left in April, right?
Yep. We stopped in Hawaii. We stopped at Guam, Hawaii.
Hawaii, Australia?
No, we didn't hit Australia that time.
Guam and Hawaii, and then straight to Everett.
Yep.
Man, I wish we could have ended up in Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
That's where we were supposed to originally go, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Like, imagine going to Hawaii. We all would have fucking had nice tans.
Except for me.
Calories, but we still would have had nice tans.
Except for me, I would have been tan, up down to my legs. My legs never tan at all.
Really?
Yeah, they never do. Everything else gets tan, but except for my legs will not.
So you look like chicken thighs, don't you?
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, again.
I'm just playing,
but
man.
But in a way, Hawaii was so fucking expensive. I don't know if we would have liked it there or not.
I think I would have
So,
because I wanted to learn how to surf. And remember, Brandon surfed. Brandon,
Brandon tried to teach me how to surf, and oh my god, I fell miserably at that motherfucker.
I don't think it was possible to surf in fucking Washington. Now
No, when we went down to Mexico.
Oh, okay.
When we went down to Mexico,
To
that's
Cabo?
where he tried to teach me.
Okay.
In Cabo San Lucas, because remember they told us don't go on the Pacific side, right? You know, travel, to that was off limits. We did anyways. We had dune buggy, went an hour away. He's like, you're gonna learn how to surf because remember I got him on a fucking bull. Remember that? He said, if I'm gonna ride this bull, he said, you're gonna learn how to surf.
This is what I remember. I remember that you, Mike, and I think Justin Luna, Mike Kelly, Justin, and you and Brandon, you guys went to Federal Way and you went to a rodeo and you guys all tried to ride bulls.
Yeah.
You got on a bull and this thing just ran around and you were like on it like this and all that stuff.
I couldn't hold myself fucking still on that motherfucker.
I was somewhere else. I probably was with my girlfriend at the time, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? But I heard about the story from him and I started cracking up because I was like, that's hilarious because, Gilly's riding a fucking bull because, that was the kind of guy that you were kind of,
and he stuck on that bull better than I did.
Who,
I was shocked. Brandon did. I was shocked.
Well, good.
I was like, holy shit. I was like, damn.
Dude, I used to watch rodeos on TV. And I would see when the bulls would do this thing, and you know how their fucking shoulders are huge. And I saw this one guy, he wasn't wearing a face mask and he had a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And the bull went like this and he went like that and he smashed his face into the back shoulders of the fucking bull. And that's his fucking skull.
Yeah, and that's why now they don't have to. A lot of them will wear that face mask now.
Yeah,
and back then,
and they wear
a lot of them didn't wear the Kevlar. A lot of them didn't wear Kevlar back then.
Yeah.
Now they do because Lane Frost, he got gored.
That's right. They made a movie about it with the guy that played
8 Seconds. It was 8-second movie. Great movie to this day.
The guy that was Dylan in 90210, and then he was in Riverdale, which was the Archie fucking comics in live action. I never watched it, but
and then we had and the guy that played Tough Hearman was one of the bald ones.
Some steaks.
Hey guys.
I remember that stuff, and I remember those stories, and I was like, dude, imagine if we would have had the phones and the technology we had back then to film that shit, put on the internet. That shit would have probably went fucking viral and got billions of fucking views.
It probably would have, but back then, internet was in its infancy back then, too. Because I remember having internet in school, no dial-up, right? In high school, in the VOTEC. We called it it was a business class, but like CIE, what we call it in VOTEC. And we tried to get on. It took like 30 minutes just to get onto the fucking internet. Yeah,
I remember, dude. I had a friend in high school. Her name was Stephanie. And I don't talk to her now, but she was a cool girl, right? She liked like alternative music and metal.
Yep.
And she said she got on America Online and talked to Ricky Rackman for a couple hours.
Yep.
Ricky Rackman from MTV and all that shit.
Yeah.
The DJ, the VJ, or whatever they call it, right? I was like, that's so fucking cool, man. Because, this was a girl in high school with me that I knew. And she's like talking to someone fucking famous that I knew from MTV back in the day.
Yep.
So it was really cool,
And a lot of these kids now, they don't know what MTV was about back then. Now it's all about reality shows. Back then, it was all about music.
Well, I mean, I think the first reality show was The Real World.
Yeah, and I thought that was
I remember I watched one it had the guy named Pedro, the gay dude, and Puck.
Yep.
Puck was a dude from San Francisco that even acted like back then.
Well, and Sean Duffy was on The Real World too.
Huh?
Sean Duffy was on The Real World.
Mm-hmm.
Our transportation secretary was on The Real World. That's fucking nuts. I mean, River loved those steak tacos I made for him the other night, Rocky.
Really? That's good.
He loved them.
Steak or like emu or fucking.
It was ostrich steak. Ostrich steak. You know, I said, River, I said, that's what a real taco's supposed to be, steak, not fucking ground fucking beef.
You know, the ground beef thing, I think, is really just an American thing.
It is. Because I
that's
never
why,
had
like,
a ground beef taco in Mexico. Never did. All the places we went, right, they never saw ground beef.
carne
at all.
asada, birria, barbacoa.
Saw chicken tacos. I did see them chicken tacos, but it was like shredded chicken.
With a lot of
You
it's
know,
all
chopped up. You know,
It's
yeah.
beef, goat, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
I think the best is beef. Beef is my favorite. The beef.
Now I did have pig taco in Mexico. I like that because they cooked it in the ground like we always did growing up.
Isn't that barbacoa?
It's kind of like barbacoa, yeah. It's yeah. But no, when I wear shirts out here, Rocky,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if I go to the store, right, I've had a lot of people ask me, "Where's that at?" I said, "You got to go to North Carolina for that." And one girl, she goes, "Oh, when we go to North Carolina every year to see our kids." She says, "We're going to check that place out." I said, I said, follow them on Facebook. They post their itinerary, everything, where they're going to be at for the week.
Well, that's cool, dude. Thank you. Thank you.
I
had a doctor appointment today, right? And I was supposed to have a doctor appointment. I was going to work out before the doctor appointment, but I felt fucking nauseated all day. Like I drank a coffee with protein and I had like another thing and I was nauseated. And they're like, okay, wait till this time. So I got there 15 minutes early from the appointment. I ended up waiting like an hour and a half.
Yep.
I saw like 10, 15 people before me. I talked to the doc, I leave. And by the time I get back, it's too late to work out. So I didn't work out today. So I got to do a double workout tomorrow, even though we're cooking birria tonight. But I mean, it was cool because like I met the women there and I gave them my ID card and they're like, "So are you retired?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm retired military, but I own and operate a taco truck with my wife." And they're like, "Well, who are you?" I'm like, "We're craft, we're this taco truck." And they're like, "You're that fucking taco truck?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, "I've heard of you." I was like, "Okay, here's the page. Follow it on Facebook and Instagram." And they're like, "Fuck yeah." And she's the girl I talked to was like, "My husband loves tacos."
Yep.
Yes, he does love tacos. He loves tacos. There's a reason he loves tacos, but you don't understand it. But my wife if my wife is watching this right now, she's rolling her eyes or she's cracking up. But but that's me.
The real question about tacos is, are they a sandwich?
No, because it's not two pieces of bread. But
it's made out of flour.
If it's two tortillas, I would almost say it's a sandwich. This is an argument for fucking Sheldon Cooper.
Well, remember that they had that argument about Italian food or sandwiches, right? The Jewish food and the fucking Chinese food, right? And then he goes, "Oh, I guess you're right. This is a sandwich." Because Chinese made the first sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. They also invented sunglasses. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was the Inuit, man, up north where they had the fucking small slits.
No, dude.
For the sun.
I got a book. It's not up here in my bookshelf downstairs, but I have another bookshelf upstairs. That's the picture I have with the comic books.
He got the knife hand going.
And I have this one called The Origins of Nations, and it talks about the flood legends, how there's like 300, 400 flood legends, and they all almost match the same. So it's like, they must be real.
Yeah.
And it talks about the Chinese invented sunglasses, and what they got emerald diamonds, and they put them on their eyes so they could see through the sun. So like, they weren't like John Lennon glasses or fucking Dracula, but they were the guys that invented fucking sunglasses just to be able to see. And then later on, we invented polarized and all that other shit. But
yeah,
because the Chinese invented a lot of stuff
because of the snow. The snow. If anybody's been around snow, a lot of snow, the sun, you get snow blindness from it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's so fucking bright when it reflects off of it.
But that is not what the Black Sabbath song is about. When you listen to Snowblind, that's not what it's talking about.
Okay.
Children, it's talking about cocaine.
I was about to say Blizzard of Oz, man. Blizzard of Oz.
No, that's just like that same debate that who invented the noodle? Italians or Chinese?
I thought it was the Chinese.
It was the Chinese because Marco Polo went to China, brought it back to that area, to Italy area.
Dude, did you ever read when Marco Polo said he saw fucking dinosaurs?
No.
I haven't seen that one.
They had like there's fucking paintings and there's writings from Marco Polo where he saw things that look like Triceratops and fucking Stegosaurus.
That could be.
But we all know the Stegosaurus is also called the Thagomizer from the Far Side comics, right? You know the 4 spikes on the tail?
Yeah.
Well, there's this guy that got killed by a dinosaur, and it's called the Thagomizer because it killed this guy named Thag from the Far Side comic. The Stegosaurus tail. Like in the Lost World where it's trying to kill that fucking redheaded actress, I forget her name. She was in The Big Lebowski, and she was this weird character in that movie. What's her name? Julian something. I forget.
Well, he could have in those fucking caves because in China, I think it's in China where that big old cave is like another world opens up. You know, if he was in that area, he could have saw one.
Yeah, I mean, he spent time with Genghis Khan, right? Or Kublai Khan.
Yeah.
Was it Genghis Khan or Kublai Khan?
I think it was Kublai Khan, not Genghis. Because Genghis, I think, came after he did his travels.
And they said like almost everyone right now is a descendant of Genghis Khan somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Him and another guy from England that was called King John that was responsible for writing the Magna Carta, which the Constitution of the United States was based off of.
Well, think about like royalty over there in England, right? You know, or in Scotland too. When a woman got married, when a commoners got married, the Lord or the king could take their wife for the night.
Yeah, it's called foreign carnal knowledge. Called fuck.
You know,
fornication under the consent of the king.
Yeah.
That's bullshit in my opinion, but I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're right. It's Kublai Khan, and he was the grandson of Genghis.
Yeah.
And he worked with him for, what are they saying, like 17 years, like an envoy with him?
Yep. And where Genghis Khan is supposedly buried at, right? It's sacred. You cannot go visit unless you get permission from the tribe.
And you know that they don't really think he's buried there. That's just the site they picked.
Yeah.
They actually found his body or bones.
But they can't dig it up because they won't allow no one to dig there at all.
Yeah, it's the same problem that you have in Egypt with Al-Wazawi. He's like the curator in Egypt, like the head curator. He cuts off a lot of fucking digging out there to really study any of it. And he does a lot of it himself, but he doesn't allow teams in there.
Yep.
And you're like, at some point, man, we got to like start digging stuff, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I got it. It's antiquities and shit. But if you want to make the links, like we need to start hitting these areas, you know, be respectful to the traditions and try not to destroy it. But we need to start doing that shit, especially what they found under the Sphinx.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, remember what they found under the pyramids?
Which part of it do you want to use?
I don't know, but what I'm going to get at is they're not telling us the truth.
Talking about the chambers themselves.
There's a lot more to this world, and it's way supernatural, paranormal than anyone likes to think about.
Well, and I think the pyramids, I have to agree that with the elements they found in there, it's hydrogen and something else.
It was a power plant.
Hydrogen, to making power.
Yeah,
because
it was not a barrel chamber like they say. No, it was a power plant.
No, then they say that they were already there. You know,
remember Revenge of the Fallen from Transformers? What was that about?
The pyramids.
Oh,
the Fallen. The Fallen was trying to get the Energon, which was the power plant, which was the pyramids of Egypt.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like that's a movie, right? But then that came out in 2009, and now it's 2025, and we're figuring this shit out now.
Yeah. They also had the railgun in that too, by the way.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
So
we talked about the railgun yesterday, how it's not feasible in the Navy because power generation is not there.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, the first laser gun that I know of in a movie or a book is The War of the Worlds. The tripod aliens had a fucking ray gun that looked like the fucking night lamps on the night the night lights that we had on streets. Remember that shit?
Oh,
That
yeah.
shit scared me because when I remember watching the War of the Worlds from the 1950s. I think it came out, and they had an alien that looked like fucking E.T. I think Steven Spielberg did that on purpose, right? But it was a tripod. But they actually did a good description of the tripod in the Tom Cruise version of War of the Worlds in 2005.
Yep.
But there's something fucking to that. Because in the movie, they were shot down with a bolt of lightning. And who was shot down with a bolt of lightning?
Oh, shit.
Satan fall like a bolt of lightning.
But,
It's crazy when you look at it.
yep.
Well,
Yeah,
and then
I
when they harvested humans and they were spreading the blood all over the ground and creating a fungus, which is kind of funny because they talk about humans being close to fungus. You know, there's a lot of relations with the way the brain works.
Yeah. Also,
We spread like fungus.
in that respect, when you read "Behold a Pale Horse" by William Cooper, in the Roswell incident, they recover the UFOs. They talk about this in the book. There's body parts in there: legs, arms,
Yeah.
torsos, heads,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. Like they're doing experiments and cutting people open and
Yeah.
killing motherfuckers, right?
Yeah, that we're right past the Air Force Base where they went.
Yeah. Well, that's where apparently the giant of Kandahar went too, from 2002 or 2001 or
Yep.
2003. But according to Tales from the Grid Square, there's been like a dozen other fucking giants like that have been killed in
Yeah.
Afghanistan.
Well, and the same way the fucking UFOs in Missouri in the 40s and 50s, got to do bad southern Missouri, went right past Air Force Base.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the Kecksburg one in Pennsylvania where they think it might have been the Glocke,
The Glocken, right?
from the Germans. Because that structure is still there in Germany, but it's just a couple fucking concrete, pillars. So
What's funny is I have a Glock, right? I have a Glock 20. It's a 10 mil. I call her the Glocken. But her name is really Gloria.
Shit, I don't even name my guns.
I name my guns after the letter they start from, or something like that. So if I had like an H and K, I'd probably call it Keisha or something like that because I like that name. I can't think of a good name besides Heidi for H, right? Heather,
fucking Hilda.
I told my daughter the other day because she's so silly. I said, you know what? I should have named you Broomhilda. And she's like, what? I said, I should have named you Broomhilda. And she's like, no, that's not cool, Dad. It's all in good fun, though.
And it's funny that sailors and, anybody in military will name stuff after women. You know what I mean? Like there's tons of people that name stuff after women. Like you were talking about earlier, talking about Heidi. We name stuff, after females. It's
we name everything. This is what I don't understand about feminists or women that think that way because they're fucking retards. Is we love you guys. Like no man names anything after anything that he doesn't love. I've never met a man that named something after something he hated. But because I love Heidi so much or whatever, I'd name my car after her, like the Heidster, like a Roadster, right? Because Roadsters were really cool back then, and I wanted a fucking Roadster. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to get a muscle car and it's like a Roadster or something like that, I'm going to call it the Heidster because I'm going to honor this girl that's so awesome to me. So
and a lot of people do name their car guys name them after females. They do.
because there's a tradition to that. They're holding the lives of other people, just like a woman would when she's pregnant and she births someone, right?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like when you pull into a ship, they call it, you're berthing on this pier, right? It's an E, but it's almost the same thing as like when a ship goes down, you say, hey, the ship is sinking. There's 10 souls on board.
Yep.
Right? So the woman's dying and everyone on the boat that's dying with them, the 10 souls are the unfortunate souls that are dying. Like I don't understand it. Like
They do it.
should
They do
not
it on
think-
aircraft too. That's part of their manifest. Every time
Yeah.
you hear it, it's like 100 souls on board. They don't
It's
say
all-
anything else, just souls.
because
They were coming out of the water
because-
in a Humvee
yeah.
or something.
because men honor women in the fact that they carry a life that we plant in them and bring it to fruition and birth, right? Birthing. So, I mean, it sounds stupid when I'm saying it, but it's actually reality. It's like we honor the female because they birth the life that we plant inside them.
Yeah.
And I mean, not to be fucking gruesome about it, but we plow the field.
Been plowing the field for a long time.
You plow the field, you plant the seed grows into a person, you birth it, right? She births it. So we honor her, or we honor the female because they birth it. They bring our offspring to us. They bring the offspring into the world, and they still don't fucking understand that.
Yep. Hey, Thumper.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rocky. I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt.
that's okay.
you.
That's okay.
Hey, I got something for you. You gotta be careful on those dating sites. This is like what you run into right here.
What the fuck is that?
Just wait. Just wait.
That doesn't look right. There's something there right there. I'm pointing at it.
Disrespectful when you call a transgender woman he. But if I called you a name, you wouldn't like that, would you? Stop acting like pronouns are that hard. My name is Andrea Anaconda, she, her. Thank you. It is disrespectful when you call a transgender woman he. But if I
Who's that
called
guy
you a
yelling
name,
at me?
you would.
Dude, shut up.
Stop yelling. Why you got to yell?
Somebody needs to tell that man to calm down.
Tell that dude to chill out.
It's good. Hey, it's good that you went to Thailand.
Go drink
You
a
have to do
tequila
Thai
with
sex
a
every
worm in
minute
it.
now.
You know what we should have done, boys, but we'll do this next year, is we all have to have a shot of tequila. And what we'll do is we'll take a shot of tequila, but before we do that, we'll play the song Tequila from Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
And
I
then we'll
have
drink
all
it.
kinds of tequila right now from Mexico. I had some friends come back from Mexico. They brought me one that is in like a bottle that looks like a revolver. It's pretty cool.
The best tequila I always liked was Don Julio. Because back then in the 90s, you had to go to Mexico and get it. Couldn't get it here.
Dude, my dad, okay, so I was in the Navy, right? I was still in the Navy in 2019, Chief Petty Officer on the fucking Abraham Lincoln. My dad goes on the Tiger Cruise with me.
Yeah.
And my uncle does too. I love my uncle. He's a fucking awesome dude. This dude is a self-made man. He became a fucking millionaire. That's how cool he is, man. My uncle, right? Well, they went on board and my uncle got sick and it was like he had COVID before COVID fucking happened.
Nice.
This was like January 9th of 2020. Well, anyways, we go on the Tiger Cruise. My dad's like, dude, you're a chief now. It's so fucking different from when you were a fireman. Everyone loves you. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, Dad. We go home, right? I see my Aunt Rose. My Aunt Rose and Uncle Rocky. I actually have an uncle his name is Rocky. He actually works for the fucking DOD, top secret and all that shit, right? And they found a company called Tequila Alderete.
Nice.
My fucking last name.
Nice.
And it's like this, I think it's a high-end tequila, dude. I know my eyes look crazy. I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to maintain. But it's exciting because it's like, dude, I got a fucking tequila named after me. That's fucking cool, right? So it's Tequila Alderete, and it's like in this triangular fucking pyramid-shaped fucking bottle, dude.
Yep.
And it's fucking really good tequila.
Yep.
Check it out if you get a chance. Tequila
Oh,
Alderete. I think it's got to be someone that's related to me, but I just don't know.
Yep. Well, it's like after we went down to Mexico, did the crack pack, right? I got burnt out on fucking tequila, right? And then when Brandon got fucking married Elizabeth, right? Because her family's Mexican.
He married her in 2000, right?
Somewhere around that time frame, yeah.
Or
when I went to the wedding, she shut the fuck up. You'll get fed here when we're done. But dude, his in-laws just had nothing but tequila. That shit, damn, I was drinking beer. Went back to his mom's house in the hot tub. I fucking couldn't move. Once everything got warmed up, They had to pull me out of the hot tub. I could not move.
Did Brandon ever tell you the story about like how his wife's mother was like the ex-girlfriend of Carlos Santana?
Yeah.
And like Santana would always give her tickets to every concert.
Yep.
That's so fucking cool, dude.
Oh yeah. It's like the next day we had to go over to her mom's house, right? Before we flew back to Washington. And she goes, she called him fucking Mijo, right? She goes, "You don't look too good, Mijo." I was like, "No shit." Because I had fucking shakes bad. And she goes, "I know what you need." She goes, "Corona and apple or tomato juice." And I said, "Oh, hell no." And she goes, "No, you will drink this. It'll make you feel better." And it did too. And that's what I walked down at the airport. I was still fucking drunk because they got me re-drunk again. Walked into the women's bathroom, thought I was in the men's bathroom taking a piss. And some of the students who had on that flight, they were laughing. And then when we got to the plane, the stewardess laughed. "What are you laughing about?" She goes, "You was in there taking a piss with us." I said, "Fuck, I thought I was in the men's bathroom." Because me and MR2 flew out at the same time, same flight.
Simmons or fucking
Simmons. Because me and Simmons flew down there.
Because we called shimmer nuts.
Yeah. Simmons, me and him flew out on the same flight, to go down to Frisco or Oakland, where he's from. And because Gardner and fucking Kelly was driving down. I had to fly down because I was in the wedding.
I wonder what happened to Simmons, dude.
I don't know.
So you went to Eben's wedding? That's fucking cool, dude.
Oh, I got the pictures.
I remember, dude. I remember I saw his pictures and he was in a tuxedo, right? He didn't wear his navy blues because he was like, "I fucking hate the Navy." And I really understood that because I hated the fucking Navy at the time too. So when I got married a few years later, I wore a tuxedo. I did not wear my navy blues.
Yeah. Here,
I wore my utilities and fucking went to the courthouse. Actually, before we got utilities, I was still in the dungarees.
Dude, I still have a pair. I have like 2 pairs or 1 pair of my dungarees. I think I still have the utilities because I told my wife, I can't remember if I got rid of them. I told her, I said, "We can't get rid of these. Someone will steal it and try to fucking do stolen valor or some gay shit like that."
Yeah, I went through mine and ripped everything up and then I tossed them. I kept all my patches though. I have all my patches up there.
What's cool is like I have my whites from when I went through the chief initiation. I can't find my original blues. The tuxedos that I had made in fucking Thailand, I cannot fucking find. I had 2 tuxedos made, right? I had a black tuxedo with a devil of hell, and then I had a white one like James Bond. Like Wolverine had in the fucking Deadpool and Wolverine where he kills fucking Deadpool when he's got the eye patch on. I had a tuxedo just like that because I was like, I wanted to be fucking James Bond. My name is Rocky. Rocky over.
Here's a picture from Even's wedding, for Brandon's wedding, right here, Rocky. Right there.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. And I'm happy they're still married and they love each other. It's fucking, dude, that is not something you see nowadays.
No, it's not.
It's really awesome to see that. It's something that I wish would happen a lot more, but it just doesn't happen now.
Yep.
So all the respect and love to that because that's what we need.
I mean, you got Thumper down there.
Thumper's like Thumper from Bambi.
What's that?
No, we were just saying, like, we were talking about marriage. I mean, the tequila looked nice. That whole thing.
Yeah. It looked nice.
Like they zip tied it, on there.
Yep.
The tequila was brought back from Mexico by this guy named Arturo. He used to work for me at a repair shop. And then Jose, he went down to visit family. He brought me a Rosado, and yeah, it's delicious. I like my real Mexican fucking tequila.
Oh,
here's the tequila Rocky was talking about already.
oh, nice.
Oh,
Oh yeah, nice.
I'll have to look for that the ABC store.
see where to find it at. I'm just gonna check Missouri. Or actually, I'll go to Virginia. There we go. Find stores. Oh shit! Nothing's coming up for Virginia. Rocky, are they selling that already fucking tequila nationwide?
I don't know. Let me look it up real quick, and I'll let you know.
Because I've looked it up on the Tequila Already website. I went to Virginia to find stores, Missouri to find stores, nothing comes up.
Guarantee you, nothing in Iowa.
Yeah, if it's not Missouri, it ain't gonna be an Iowa most likely.
It's hard to get liquor.
You know what? I'm gonna share this picture with you. I'm gonna enter. Hold on. I gotta go to boom. Boom. I gotta go way up because I'm way older than I want to be. Oh well, I don't give a shit.
Now you bring up where to enjoy it in California brings up a lot of places in Cali. Let's see what Virginia has it. Nope, no places in Virginia that even at the bars. Seems like.
Share, and we'll figure this out, bro.
Yeah.
All right. So on Tequila All the Ready, where to find?
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm on right there.
Missouri. Where to enjoy it. Let's see. They have all the states, right? Boom and boom.
Nothing.
Let's see if they're in North Carolina with me.
Nope.
The California.
Yep. California are all over.
But I mean, you look at it, dude, that's my fucking last name. And my aunt gave me a hat like that back in 2020 before COVID happened.
Yep.
It was so cool. I was like, dude, we have a fucking tequila after my last name. So maybe you can have it mailed to you.
Depends on what state you're in.
Yeah, Iowa won't allow it unless it goes through Des Moines.
Yep.
Got to go to the state liquor license place, and they got to test it.
It's in, let's see, it's in Iowa 111, Vineyard Avenue, Salinas, Gonzales, Stockton, that's Middle California, San Diego, Salinas, Gonzales, King City, Tracy, Moss Landing, Salinas, Aptos, Salinas, Modesto. I know where Modesto is. I got family there. Or I did. They died. Soledad, Salinas, Carmel, Stockton, Montecito, San Francisco.
Yep. Here's why.
There's Moss Landing, San Diego, Tracy.
Here's why it's probably not nationwide. It's a small batch right there.
So the Mexican address is Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
Yep.
Salinas, California. So maybe we can call them and see if we can fucking get some. And then next year, we all have a shot of fucking tequila already. That would be fucking cool.
Because they're still made in the copper stills. Well, how they distill them. Because I'm on the website of how it's made, right? Or about it.
You know what I love about this, dude? I'm highlighting it right now. The way they wrote already is fucking really cool.
Yep.
I would have never thought to do that, but it's really cool. And it's got a copyright on it.
I think we use it for if we can get it in time for Halloween, dude.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting for another year.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We'll
Well,
go
hell,
for
if they're family to you, you should have it in with them. Say, hey,
you know,
this is who my uncle is. This is who my mom and dad was. Grandpa.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I'm not all only related to all the Reddies. I'm related to
Yeah.
the Durans and the
Yeah.
Lucinis.
Yeah.
The Durans, the Lucinis, and the Alderettis. And I think there's another one, but I don't know the name because a lot of my ancestors have passed away. But they're all in Mexico, New Mexico, and California,
Yep.
as far as I know. And like my family that's in New Mexico, they're the ones that grow all the chili peppers.
Yep.
The ones that everyone uses for like birria or
Yep.
or salsa or whatever, right? They grow a lot of that stuff, and that's west of Texas, so it's not Tex-Mex.
Yep.
Ooh,
And this is interesting here. They play Mozart to give the yeast a relaxed atmosphere.
there's something true about that.
Yeah.
You know that classic music
Yeah.
makes you smarter, right?
Yep.
And
Maybe,
makes you go fucking crazy too.
Yep.
maybe. Well,
And they
that's-
cook the agave in the stone ovens up to 36 hours too. Nice.
Yeah, they got the sugar out of it.
Yep.
Same way that
You know,
you
small batches.
cook up mash.
so
Hey,
let, so
agave
we don't
is-
get in trouble. Let's give a shout out to Tequila Alderete. That way they're like not mad at us, and we're like, we're honoring you, motherfuckers, on Cinco de Mayo, fuck faces. My name is Alderete. Go fuck yourself. Anyways, I love you. Hook me up. Hook my boys up. Hook the fifers up.
Yeah, agave is good for you, man. I use that. I
Oh, yeah.
substitute all white sugar with agave, blue agave. I use it instead of using sugar when I cook or bake. That shit's legit.
Yeah. I typically stay with the turbinado sugar, the one that's not refined, you know, it's just brown.
Yep.
The sugar in the raw. And that one works out pretty good because you don't need as much,
Yep.
you know, to get it sweet when I'm making coffee or tea, especially when I'm making some sweet tea, iced tea,
Yeah.
which I need to
And I
make
do
a bit.
And I do the same thing with the fucking the maple sugar. It's not refined at all. It's pure maple
Yeah.
sugar. You know,
See, on some pancakes, dude. I'll throw some fucking agave sauce, like juice on it or syrup, basically. Legit. It's awesome.
Yeah.
shit. I do maple syrup with peanut butter on mine.
See, I'll do either a jelly or a peanut butter on my pancakes, and then I'll use the agave, organic agave, blue agave. I use the
I mean,
white.
agave is good. I mean,
Not the
most
dark.
people have never tasted. Most people don't think of agave because they've never really had it.
Only in tequila,
Yep.
but I use it one for one. So whatever I'm baking or making, and it calls for sugar,
Yeah.
I'll use agave instead.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
if you stay away from the more refined, like we've talked about before, the better everything is.
Yeah.
You know, but agave does, I think, have some properties because it's a cactus.
Good for you.
It's just like cane sugar that you get down in Louisiana, right? Dude, as long as it's pure, that's some of the best shit you'll ever have too.
Yeah.
You know, the liquid form of it.
Yeah. And like I said, maple syrup, man, coming from tree sap, you know, you gotta
Oh yeah.
refine it by cooking it down, but
Yep.
that's not really
But it's-
refining. That's just concentrating it, getting the water out.
You know, I don't buy when they say like real maple syrup from at Walmart. I don't buy it from them. I get it straight from fucking Vermont where I get mine from. You know,
And that's the key thing, man. Like you said, bringing businesses back with the tariffs, man. These people have been making stuff. They're just not, they've been overshadowed by the cheap fucking brands and the name brand stuff. Like I said, I picked up that fish meal, that fish breading, North Carolina spot. Never heard of them, but it cost me $2 for 2 pounds of that. And my fish turned out great with it.
yeah. See, I wish I could get that here. I'd look for it, see if I get it here. Nothing.
I mean, like I said, it's got folic acid in it, but like we've talked, if you just don't use a lot of it, you're not, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you should try to keep away from it, but.
Speaking of folic acid, I just got a mill in the mail today. I ordered it, and dude, this thing is like heavy duty. And I only paid $171 for this thing, but it's fucking huge, and it does dry and wet. So it's a grain mill. I can do corn, I can do rice, I can do wheat berries. So I can do like rice flour, wheat, like wheat flour. I can do corn flour, like make masa, all that, and it's heavy
Oh,
duty.
dude, my wife makes matzah.
Oh,
That's the tortillas, bro.
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's why I got this thing, was because I can buy. There's a family out in Washington State. They're the 6th generation owners, and they're glyphosate residue free certified. You can get wheat berries from them, 50 pounds for like $68. And that stuff, as long as you don't grind it right away, it can store on the shelf as a wheat berry for 30 years. So you just grind it as needed. And it saves you money, and it's fresher, and it doesn't have the folic acid in it. It has the full gluten, which is actually good for you, they're finding. And you can do that and corn and all this. So like if you've got a non-GMO corn you can get, use that to grind your own up. Shit, game over. And that's pretty much what I'm looking at right now. Is I got this thing sent. I'm gonna send you guys a link to it for the mill if you guys want it. But it's freaking amazing, dude. It's huge. It's heavy duty for $171. It's one of the cheapest ones I found, and it's like a 3,000 watt motor. It's commercial shit.
Oh, sorry, I'm just fucking surfing the interwebs.
Was I frozen, guys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Earlier.
Yeah, you froze for a second.
Dude, I guess I'm saying shit the government doesn't like.
Surfer, you missed it earlier. Rocky looked like fuck he was in a kung fu movie.
I'm like, what?
You will die.
No,
He looked like he was in a kung fu movie because what he was saying, his mouth wasn't moving hardly.
All he had was stop with his finger pointing and looking at you like,
nice.
I'm sorry, boys. Dude, I guess I have a bad internet connection today. I'm sorry, fellas.
I think it's your computer. You need to clean off all the shit you got on there.
Dude, I barely use this thing.
That's probably why. I got to
the first time, like, okay, here's what I use it for. This is where I do all the budgeting for my company. All my taxes I do on this thing. I don't use it for anything else. Like, I haven't gone back to college since 2018. So I need to go to college before the fucking 10-year mark. So I'll probably go back to college next year in 2026.
That's what I'm doing right now is I'm fucking writing as you guys talk.
Here we go. Here's the 3 amigos that defeated the Gringos that defeated the French.
My little buttercup has a smile.
Dude, that was a classic.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. That is my favorite fucking sombrero. I remember, dude, like in the movie, like, hey, dude, I'm going to shoot this guy right here, and it's a flag. And then he shoots the dude, and the guy falls off the fucking building. It's fucking
and I think in Mexico, we all bought ones like that at one point, if I remember correctly.
You know what I bought in Mexico? I'm going to show you what I bought in Mexico in 1998. I got to go upstairs and get it out of my bedroom. You guys are going to fucking laugh your fucking ass off.
Go get it.
Oh, dude, it's fucking great. I have to take the sombrero off. I'll be right back, but I'll put it on after. All right, bye. I'll be back.
I wish I still had my sombrero from fucking Mexico.
I never bought a sombrero. I bought that clay mask that hung on my wall for the longest time. I rode the bicycle back across the border, weaving in between all the traffic so I could get across faster. I rented it for like $5. I carried that mask with me the whole time.
Did you buy that in Tijuana?
Yep. And I still got the mask.
I didn't buy anything at Tijuana. I just fucking drank. That ain't.
I only bought 2 things in Tijuana. Well, 3 things. Alcohol, the mask, and
hookers don't count. Hookers don't count.
Huh?
Hookers don't count.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
You like it, Bob? Good. Yeah, I cooked this ribeye, and I seasoned it and cooked it in lard, and then took potatoes and boiled them up, little yellow potatoes, and then smashed them down in the lard and fried them. So good, dude.
Here's what we was talking about yesterday. This is a new one. Oh shit. Upper just for you.
Hell yeah. I'm about to come out of retirement.
You know, the sad thing is that there's sick fucks out there that will do that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, here we go. For anybody like spam.
Well, I do.
You're gonna.
That's one of the most unhealthiest things that I love to eat. I don't care what anybody says.
This one right here.
Same.
All right.
Pan fries.
Uh-huh. Fucking dog chow's what that looks like. No.
Fucking love it.
Fuck it. I can't stand it.
I'll eat that shit raw out of the can, dude, because it's already cooked.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm going to have to make those, man. I got some Korean barbecue ones. Or flavor.
This.
Oh.
That is the hat. It's a fucking Viking hat, dude.
Yep.
Nice.
So I bought this in 1998 when I made fucking third class. And you know, does it look like Kill the Wabbit? What's funny? Does it look like Kill the Wabbit or what?
Yeah, that's Brunhilde, man, from singing opera and shit.
So I've had this thing for years, and Heidi's like, you need to get rid of that thing. I'm like, I'm never getting rid of it. You bury me in it or something like that.
Well, hell, Nathan wears that, doesn't he? Does your boy wear that? Does your boy wear it?
Who, Nate?
Yeah.
No. You know what? I let him borrow it, and I think he took a picture with it, right?
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Yeah,
you know what makes that funny is the horns don't show up, so it looks like you have a fucking bullet head. Like you look like you got a condom on your fucking head.
Yeah.
Hey, you look like more horn cow.
Oh, dude. Okay, hold on. Oh, come on. It's got to show up.
It does, but when you go to sit regular, it cuts them out, you know, like everybody's hands and shit.
Dude.
It makes you look like a dickhead.
Yeah, I know. Dude. you have to read the comic book Preacher.
Oh, okay. I start watching the show.
Dude, the comic book is way better.
Okay. Well, most of them are.
The Saint of Killers, like in the comic book, dude, this fucking comic book is on. Garth Ennis is cool. I don't like that he's an atheist and woke and all that shit because he's stupid in that sense, but he's a good writer. Yeah. And in the Saint of Killers is like he's based off of William Munday from an Unforgiven, Clint Eastwood's character, right? And this motherfucker, he's like this dude that's like this universal assassin that's got the power of God. So they send a nuke bomb on this dude, right? In like Mexico or New Mexico, wherever he's at, or Nevada. And the nuke bomb, boom, explodes, the atom bomb, the fucker mushroom head, whatever. And he's standing there, he's going, not enough gun. Because he's a fucking cowboy. So it's the old fucking American shit like us, right? But, yeah. This is what my celebration was when I made third class.
Awesome.
Dude, I've had this thing since 1998.
Yeah.
But my guitar, which is upstairs somewhere, I've had that since 1997 when I went to Hong Kong. Gilly, you were there on the boat with me at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember that guitar? I
Oh,
played
hell
with
yeah. Yeah.
Hendrix
Yep.
looked like fucking Jimi Hendrix, but he was right-handed,
Yep.
and black.
Yep.
He was a good guitar player. But let me
That
put my
good?
sombrero on. Orale. Andale,
Now you gotta
andale,
talk like
epa.
Speedy Gonzales. Now you gotta talk like Speedy Gonzales now.
I look like Speedy Gonzales. Ondale, epa.
Store-bought steak.
Or
It is my-
slowpoke. Or slowpoke.
Dude, my favorite one of my favorite Looney Tunes characters is actually Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah.
You know why? Because before the fucking stupid ass Me Too movement happened, my son, I bought him a puppet that was a shark. So it was like a shark that was like this. And I'd be like, I love to kiss you. It was the shark biting him, right? He was like, I love you, son. I love you, Darren. I love you, Nate. Because 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, dude, my kids were like little babies, dude. It was like the best. They were all really cute. They were all little before they all became jackasses. But I still love them, but they're jackasses. And like I would do the so I talk like Pepe Le Pew with the shark. I don't know. It's just me. Just me. But my wife has tried to get me to get rid of this thing, and I'm like, I'm not getting rid of it. I can't. Like I made third class. When I made third class in 98, I had this shit. I bought this shit in Mexico. So, it's like a really cool souvenir.
Yep.
I mean, it's fucking cool as shit, dude. I know. What's a day for Viking Day? We got to find, like in SpongeBob, Dinga Danga Dargan, Eric the Red Day.
Well, you can always pick fucking Thursday because it's Thor's Day.
Yeah.
Right?
I think Thor had a helmet like that, but
Thursday,
okay.
October 9th.
October 9th?
What's October
Yeah.
9th? Eric the Red?
Leif Erikson's day.
Leif Erikson, that's right. It's Leif Erikson. I'll wear
Ooh,
that.
I think I still have a picture from Iceland of him that was commemorated by the U.S. Let me take a look.
Did you guys know that Beowulf was real too?
No, you talking about the story or the person?
The person.
No, I
Didn't
didn't.
know that.
He's real, dude. He was a real guy. And there's an actual burial mound in either Denmark or one of those northern Western European countries. Ding da dang da dargan.
Right there's
Nice.
like Leif Erikson. But if you go to, hold on, I'll pull the other side of it. If you go to the back side, there's an inscription on it. 1 second. Oh, come on. My bottom bar is messing with me.
What are you eating, Thumper?
I cooked a ribeye and smashed potatoes in lard. I'm so full.
1,000th anniversary date back. Yep.
Sounds good. Sounds really good.
It's-
Leif
yeah.
Erikson,
Yep.
son of Iceland, discoverer of Vinland, United States of America, the people of Iceland, on the 1,000th anniversary of all thing, 1930. So I guess he landed in 930 AD, right?
Years before, centuries, hundreds of years ago, before fucking Columbus fucking discovered.
I got
the
a
world.
I got a crazier fucking theory than that. They said that King Solomon, in 1000 BC, was in Michigan digging for the metals that they knew of back then in Michigan.
Here's the craziest part of that whole thing, though. They dedicated a church to him. Like this revolves, like the church is there, but there it is.
The Church of Jesus Christ?
No.
No, it's a church.
Just the church.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they use the old Viking circle, cross. I have it on my keychain that I got from there. Let me see if it'll come up on here. But that's what they use.
I can't see it that well.
Yeah, I can't get it up there.
Can you show me a picture on the internet, bro?
I think I can find it.
Okay.
Viking cross will probably be what it is. Or the Celtic cross. I mean, they're very similar to each other. Come on. So it's similar to that, but the circle that's around it is on the outside and covers each edge around this and then comes back down. So it's similar to that, but the circle is each edge.
Mhm.
So that was a really interesting trip to Reykjavik, Iceland, and then you hear everybody bitching about Iceland. It's like we've actually been, in with Iceland for a long time.
Oh, dude, I worked for an MAC that became an MAC as a senior chief that got like this medal for saving a guy from committing suicide. Like he jumped on him so he couldn't kill himself.
Mhm.
And he made chief out of that, and then he made senior chief. But when I worked for him, he was a fucking compulsive liar. And me being me, I was like, why do you fucking blink when you're not telling me the truth? He's like, I'm a chief petty officer. I don't lie. I'm like, then why the fuck do you keep on blinking and you can't look me straight in the eye?
Because I'm trying to think of the next answer to lie about.
Yeah, exactly. So after that, I kind of like, well, I'm not talking to you no more. Fuck you.
We made national news on that one because that's the first time that we'd been up around that area for like 20 years. Well, we went first on the 4 Sherman to refuel and drink. Then the Marines came in behind us and they drank the fucking city out of beer. Like they were shipping beer around to get it into Reykjavik, which is the capital. And it made like fucking national news. Like Marines and sailors drank fucking city out of beer. U.S. sailors and fucking Marines.
They just didn't have enough beer. That's all.
Yeah, they didn't realize the Huns from the north,
Yeah. On that note, we should probably end it because we've been going for a couple hours, boys.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one more to share. This is
okay
for the peanut butter lovers. And since Thumper's eating steak, I just found this one.
Oh shit!
In Bud Light.
We're putting $100
Right.
Bud Light steak. That's all American right there.
I haven't
Rock,
had
motherfucker.
Buttery grave. Then we're going to throw the lid on. We're going to put this in a 225-degree oven. Okay, 35 minutes.
God, I can't fucking stand this
the
guy.
Steak is ready to go. We're going to go ahead and fish this out. Look at that, you guys. It's cooked perfectly. We're going to go ahead and bring it over here, throw it on this rack, and we're going to go ahead and scrape some of this peanut butter off because we don't need that much. I'm going to bring in some of this red Hawaiian salt, and we're going to put a little bit on this side for some flavor and some black pepper because all you need is a little bit of salt and pepper on this. We'll let that rest for about 10 minutes.
Does this guy have a fro like
piping hot pan?
What's his face?
Let that cook up for about a minute and a half.
Happy Tree.
fucking peanut butter.
Okay, it's been a minute and a half. We're going to go ahead and flip it over. Look at that crust, you guys. Looks amazing. So we're going to cook it for about another minute, and it is going to be ready to go. Okay, let's go put it on our plate. Cut it into strips. This, you guys, just so you know, it's cooked perfectly. So let's go ahead and give it a bite. And that is how you cook Wagyu
Is there
steak.
pink in the middle?
Yes.
It was pink.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's pink in the middle. It's okay.
But
Pink.
my thing, peanut butter, no. Here's my thing. You cook chicken, you fry chicken with peanut butter, it's good.
Chicken.
That's good shit. Chicken, I'm telling you, peanut butter chicken is the best. It is.
Or is
fucking
it
amazing.
chicken?
Chicken. On a steak, no. Second of all,
Have you tried it with steak?
Fuck no, I have not.
No, and I'm not. It's like you
I
put
would not risk
fucking ketchup
ruining
on
a
a steak.
fucking steak.
I love ketchup on steak, so I would try that.
Real quick, while we're talking and everything, because he had Hawaiian salt. We've been talking about Iceland. So this salt here is hand harvested. It's from Iceland. It is some of the best salt I've ever had. Now, keep in mind, you can get the lava salt too.
Yeah.
And it's literally dark. It's black. It's got carbon in it.
Is that from the lava people?
This is from Iceland, from the volcanoes. This is hand harvested salt, and they even featured it on a Gordon Ramsay show, the Uncharted or whatever the fuck it was called. I don't know. It was a show. He goes around and he like challenges local chefs to cooking, and then they use local stuff. And he actually went to the place that this the salt verb and actually got salt from there. I've been using it for years, and it's some of the best salt I've ever had. So
I have a family member that I gotta see. They just texted me.
Yep.
So I don't see this person all the time, but I'm like a father to her. She never had a dad, so I kind of got.
All right, take us out then. Let's go.
All right, boy. She's a very important girl to me because I love this girl and she's a really great person. So, and I want her to have a good life. So I always talk to her because she needs a father in her life. All right. Fifers departing. Orle pues, señores.